Good evening to you all. Good evening, good evening. My location is good evening. Your location might be good morning or good afternoon. How are you all doing? Longest time? Yes, yes, yes. We will continue. We must continue. Please join me, join me, join me. Those on YouTube, thank you for coming. Facebook, and Never Give Up. And also Ife, thank you for coming. Please join me. You can see my headline. See, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Come join me. Come and join me. We must continue to talk. The more we talk about it, the more we change history. Do you understand? We must continue to talk. The more we talk about it, the more we change history. We cannot keep quiet. We cannot be mute. No, we have to talk about it. The more we talk about it, the more we change history. Thank you. Please join me. And we change history. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we must fight for the future of Africa, isn't it? For Africans, we deserve to be free. We deserve to be free. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We must fight for the future of Africa we deserve. That is the thing. We deserve to be free. It is our fundamental right to be free from whosoever they call themselves, or whosoever they are. You want to go? The foreign powers, these cabals that talk they rule the world, and whatever they decide, it has to be. No, we must change the narratives. Do you understand? Join me, join me, join me. Let's talk about it today. Uh-huh. Yes, I have some few things to play here. um, the foreign powers in 1884 to 1885. That is where they did what? That is where the Africa was put on the table, menu table. I call it menu table. They display Africa on the menu table, and now they start cutting as a cake. Yeah, they started cutting after they have finished eating. They want to eat dessert. So they started cutting Africa, cutting them. They are they are cut. They cut Africa into different parts. You take this Africa, take this part. I will take this part. You take Congo. You take um Berlin. You take Congo. France. You take France. You take Ivory Coast. You take Burkina Faso. You take all these places, and then Britain, UK. You take Africa. You take Ghana. You take Nigeria. You take them. Take them. This is what they did to us. Yeah, this is what they did. They divided or they cut Africans in Berlin 1984. In 1884 to 1885. That is what they did to us. Africa was, thank you so much for coming, was put on the table, and they started cutting us. They started cutting Africa. We are not there. Nobody was there. No, none of Africans were present. None. African continent was cut by EU as a cake to be shared among themselves. That is, it happened in Berlin, 1884. Berlin Conference, that is when this happened. And since then, Africa has become so, they even say, when they want to say which continent is poor, which country, they name Africa, as if Africa is a country, Africa is a continent. Because that's what they told them, that we are poor. We are poor people. Africans are poor. But they forgot to know that what they are using is coming from Africa. Everything, every resources. I am doing good. Thank you so much for coming. I am going to soon do a giveaway to you all very soon. Hopefully this week. Let's finger crossed. Those that are joining me, those that are sharing my program, don't worry, we're going to see how we're going to do it. So Africa was cut, was put up, presented, on the table. I said, they presented Africa on the table. Menu. Okay, let's start cutting. Who is going to take this place? Who is going to take this part? Who is going to take this part? Then they cheered us, Africa. Since then, they are now mocking us and say we are poor people. We are migrating to their country. And but they don't want us, but they share also. They divided everything that belongs. They share to take us to, as because we are now food for them to eat. So they share. And after that, they ate us as a cake. They cut us. This person, take this. Oh, enjoy yourself. Enjoy every resources that they have there. Enjoy these resources. Enjoy this. Go to this place. They have these mineral resources. These ones they have gold. This one they have uranium. This one they have this and that. They have so many resources. Science, start cutting them. Palm tree, everything. Think about it. Cut them. Start sharing and enjoying. And then develop your pets, develop your place, and then let them be. Let them remain poor. Who cares about them? Hypocrites everywhere. Who cares? But they don't want you to come to their country after they have cut you all into pieces and make you to remain poor. They don't care. They want you to remain poor. Be poor. And when they want to talk about which country is the poorest, they say it's Africa, Africa. And Africa is not, it's not a country, it's a continent. You see, that is where what we find ourselves into. Now I'm going to play this for you to listen. I have some things for us to play. And I'm just proud that we have a leader. Africa, find somebody, that is it. You see, these people, fear them. Africa now, they have a voice. We now have a voice. We are speaking out. We have to speak out. Those that are protesting regarding our brother Ibrahim Traoré, thank you. You all are doing good. If they have any protest here in Ireland, I am going to go. I will go. If they ever organize one and I know about it, I'll be part of it because I want my people freedom. The Africans, they shouldn't be, they should not be what they are today. Suffering shouldn't be at all. Look at how people are dying. Look at how they are dying of hunger. And these people, they have that, they're telling us they are giving us aid. We don't need their aid because their aid does not make any sense to us. They should keep their aid and allow us to be. So we are speaking out. The more we have to speak out, we cannot be adamant. We cannot be quiet. No, we have to speak for them to know that it's Africans we are going to wake up, that we are waking up and we are taking what belongs to us back. That is the thing. So we are cut into pieces. Let me play this for you to know how they cut us into pieces. Then I'm going to play other stuff. Yeah, let me share this program. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Let me bring this up and share the Berlin Conference. We are African. We are caught by Europeans. They cut us into, they cut us as cake. Grab your own. It was presented as a menu, on the table, menu table, and say, okay, cut. When you go to a restaurant, they are going to present you a menu and say, put it on the table and tell you, okay, what do you want to eat? Then you start, you'll be looking at it and say, okay, I want this. I want to start first with just give me starter first. Give me starter first. Then after starter, then give me the main menu. Then give me dessert. That is what they did to us, Africa. They presented us on the table and menu. They gave the menu and they started debating who is going to take this country. Who is going to take this in this African continent. Who is going to take this part. Who is going to take this part. They call us up and then are now saying that we are poor after they have taken everything that belongs to us. No go better. But we are waking up. Now I send you this. I play this for you to listen and have a look. And you tell me that these people, they have a good heart. You're telling me that these people, they love us. They care for Africa. They gave us a Bible, and the Bible they gave us is the best. These people that doesn't want Ibrahim Traoré and others that have the interest of you at heart. Now presented us. We have to, when we are reading this Bible, we have to be looking at it somehow. We take the one that is suit for us because it was pressurized by us, by them. It is our history, pressurized. Now, it was African history pressurized by them, and they presented it back. They go and corrupted whatever they want to concord and corrupt and say it is the word of God, and then they presented it back to us, and then now we take it, and then we are killing ourselves with it. It's the same heaven they tell us that we are, that blessed are the poor. Their country, their place is like heaven. It's like heaven. Let me tell you, they don't take their light. They don't take anything. They enjoy it. But if you tell them now to go to your place, your place is hell. That hell they are talking about. I'm telling you the fact. Nigeria is that hell they are talking about. And they will tell you that that blessed are the poor. Yeah, because they're giving us hell, a hope of going to heaven. And then that heaven, they don't want to, they have made their place to be like heaven. And then Africa is now the poor, where you don't know that you are the poor, the one that is going to that hell. They have created it already in your place. Tell them to migrate to your place now. Let them see if they will migrate. No. But we are migrating to their heaven. Heaven. That place, that Europe is heaven for them. I'm telling you. If you like, call me name. Me, I'm telling you my own. This is me. I know the paint walls. If you like, tell me, say, madam, if you stop talking about this one, I talk talking about this one, I go put all of them, I talk about them. Now, let me tell you, because their place is heaven, and their Africa, your country, your continent, they have turned it to hell. If you know, if you like, don't believe me. Don't believe me, they have turned their place to hell. They have turned Africa to hell. That hell they're talking about is in Africa. Hell, heaven is their Western world. Because here, if you are sick, they must treat you. Whether you have money or you don't have money, they must treat you. But in Africa, if you are sick, if you don't deposit any money, especially in that country called Nigeria, treatment, oh, sorry for you, you're a dead person, you are gone. You are gone. If we in Africa, if you are not working here, if you are not working, if there's a reason why you are not working, they will pay you, they will be giving you welfare, social welfare. In Africa, will they give you social welfare? No. Tell me where. That's why we are migrating. We are migrating to their heaven. Heaven is Ethiopia, the Western world is heaven. Then Africa is the hell they're talking about. That is not the issue. Let me play this for you to listen. My own is I will tell you the truth. If you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. I don't care. My own is to tell you to open your eyes, that you, if you are reading Bible, read it. Yes, take whatever you want to take. Don't think everything there is the word of God. No, it's not. It is your history plagiarized. Then they corrupted it and changed it and presented it back to you as if it's there. It is there. Stay there. I'm now bringing this for you to listen. So that is the issue. They cut us into pieces. Cut Africa into pieces. Take it. I'm leaving. I don't call them Belgium, Portugal, Britain. What are them? US joined them, or we join them. They all cut us into pieces. Cut Africa. Where is that one? Let me play for you to listen. We're gonna bring things for now. Make sure that they listen. As you're listening, you're opening your eyes. Make sure you understand it. Stop believing everything. Yeah, I'm coming. Where is that? No, that is not the, yeah, that is the one I need to play. Listen to how they cut you Africans into cakes where they shared. They cut you Africa into cakes they shared, and they make you to remain poor forever. And then, is it the one? Yeah, this is the one. Make you to say you are going to heaven, and they tell you, blessed is the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom. See us you. Let me tell you now. Where is it? Yeah. I have it.
The leaders of 14 European countries and the United States.
Who's calling me now that I'm doing program? Please, I am doing program. Don't call me. Oh, where is that place now? Don't call me again, because this, you called me now. I've lost what I'm doing. Okay, perfect. I have it here. Exercise patient I'm bringing up for you to listen. How they cut you all into pieces as cake. They shared, and then enjoying their cake, enjoying all the resources that we have, and then we are running to their heaven, and then our place has become the hell they created. They tell us that we are now poor, African poor. See, and we are doing that to ourselves too. Do I have it? Yes, I have it. Now, listen, Should I make it big wider? Stop calling me. I'm on doing program. Stop. What is your avoiding it? I'll make it bigger. Then no, that one. How do I put it there? Okay, perfect. Now play for my people to listen.
leaders of 14 European countries and the United States met at a conference. The aim of the conference was for Western countries to avoid warring among themselves over Africa. The superpowers wanted to ensure maximum control over Africa's resources by establishing rules by which to divide the spoils at the expense of the Africans who rightly own them.
Hey there, Breakdown family. Today, we're traveling back to a moment in history that changed everything. A moment so chilling, so outrageous, that its effects are still felt across Africa today. The year was 1884. The place, Berlin, Germany. And inside a grand European hall, behind closed doors, the future of an entire continent was being decided. No, not by Africans, not with African input, but by European powers, slicing Africa up like a cake, each claiming pieces for themselves, with no regard for the people, the cultures, or the histories that lived there. Today on The Breakdown, we're exposing the shocking truth about what really happened inside the Berlin Conference, who started it, who was at the table, and who was not, and how the decisions made there brutally shaped Africa's borders, its conflicts today, its economy, and its destiny. And we're going even further. We'll also look at how, in many ways, the spirit of the Berlin Conference is still alive today in the modern scramble for Africa's land, its minerals, and its future. Because this is the story they never taught us. This is the story we need to understand if we ever hope to reclaim our power. Now, before we dive in, I want to invite you to be a part of something bigger. Because here at Panagenius TV, we're building more than just a channel. We're creating a home, a global home for Black stories that are told with truth, with care, and with power. And if that speaks to you, and I hope it does, hit subscribe, tap the bell,
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Consider joining our membership
Subscribe
community,
to my YouTube
where
channel.
you will get exclusive videos, behind-the-scenes conversation, and the chance to be part of the dialogue shaping our future. This isn't just content. It's a movement, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Now let's get into it. So to understand how we even got to the Berlin Conference, you have to know the real story, not the sanitized version they put in the textbooks. The conference wasn't about peace, no. It wasn't about progress. It was about power. And yes, greed.
A colony that made many European states compete with each other, vie with each other to accumulate colonies in order to make them great.
In the early 1880s, Europe was in a frenzy over Africa. They called it the scramble for Africa, and that's exactly what it was. A race to grab land, resources, and markets before anyone else could. King Leopold II of Belgium played a major role in sparking the urgency. Behind the scenes, he was desperate to legitimize his personal control over the Congo, a territory he claimed under the fake banner of humanitarian work, but was really setting up for brutal exploitation. At the same time, Germany, under Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, was becoming a new rising power in Europe. Bismarck didn't even care about Africa initially, no, but he saw an opportunity. He realized that by calling a conference, Germany could establish itself as a diplomatic leader in Europe and use Africa as a bargaining chip in bigger European rivalries.
Is that Michelle?
So according to historians, it was Bismarck who organized the Berlin Conference, officially under the banner of bringing order to Africa. But the real goal was to prevent wars between European powers over African territory, while carving it up in ways that served their own interests. Now here's the part that will never sit right. Not a single African leader, not a single African king, not a single African voice was invited to that table. that dinner table. 14 countries attended: Germany, France, Britain, Belgium, Portugal, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, Austria-Hungary, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Russia, the Ottoman Empire, and the United States.
Nano,
But not one African nation
are you
had a
hearing
say.
it? Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not really a surprise, is it?
Mm-mm.
You can't exactly invite the person you're planning to conquer to the party,
Mm-hmm.
can you?
Mm-mm.
Now, they talked about Africa as if it was empty land,
Mm-hmm.
property to be negotiated, divided, and sold. A place without history, without governments, without civilizations worth respecting, without people worth listening to. And my people, that right there tells you everything you need to know about the real foundations of the colonial system that would come after. It was never about partnership. It was about conquest, extraction, and control, dressed up in the language of civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So, what actually happened inside that room? For 3 straight months, from November 1884 to February 1885, European leaders sat around a series of grand tables, maps spread out before them like a feast. They negotiated, they argued, they made deals. But they all agreed on one thing: Africa was theirs for the taking.
So they sat around a table amicably without the presence of any African, it must be pointed out, and they consulted amongst themselves in order to decide on the rules for occupation.
The result was the General Act of Berlin, a document that set the ground rules for how European powers could claim African land. First, it introduced something called the principle of effective occupation, which basically said you couldn't just plant a flag and call it yours anymore. You had to show that you could actually control the territory with military force, administration, and trade.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, it was supposed to make things fairer between European nations.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it kicked off a violent race to invade,
Mm-hmm.
conquer, and occupy as much of Africa as possible,
Mm-hmm.
no matter the cost to the people living there.
Mm-hmm.
The act also guaranteed free trade in certain regions, but again, not for Africans. It was free trade for European merchants, corporations, and governments to extract whatever resources they wanted:
Mm.
gold, rubber, ivory, copper, cocoa, you name it. They also agreed on freedom of navigation along major African rivers like the Congo and Niger. Again, not to help Africans travel or trade,
Mm-mm.
but to make it easier for European powers to ship out goods and troops. When the conference ended in 1885, Africa was on the path to being completely divided. In less than 30 years, over 90% of the continent would be under European control.
Mhm.
Ancient kingdoms collapsed.
Mm.
Families were torn apart by artificial borders.
Mm.
Rival ethnic groups were jammed into the same colonies, sowing divisions that would explode into conflict decades later.
Be seen on a spectrum, on a continuum of plunder, pillage, and rape that all the European powers engaged in, but they engaged in at varying degrees and at varying levels. And the most horrific exemplar of the violence of colonialism is Congo.
And it all started right here,
Mm.
not on African soil,
Mm.
but in a European conference room,
Mhm.
where Africa's fate was decided without a single African voice in the room.
Mhm.
My people, when we talk about Africa's struggles today, we simply can't forget this,
Mm.
because the wounds that were opened in Berlin still bleed into our politics,
Exactly.
our economies, our societies today.
Mhm.
and it's painful to watch.
The huge basin of the Congo River in Central Africa is extraordinarily endowed with vast resources. This land, 2.5 million square kilometers, crisscrossed by navigable waterways, was extraordinarily rich in natural resources, brimming with coveted commodities like ivory, palm oil, timber, and copper. This region was also blessed with huge quantities of another highly valuable substance, rubber. Advances in the vulcanization of rubber made it more durable and less brittle, facilitating the invention of the pneumatic tire. Soon, rubber would become one of the most sought-after resources on the planet. The ancient rubber vines that grew wild over the equatorial rainforests of Congo had long been exploited by the custodians of this land. But now, outsiders were intent on plundering them. Following the Berlin Conference, Congo Basin was recognized as the possession of its sole owner, the King of the Belgians, Leopold II. Renaming it the Congo Free State, Leopold now personally controlled a territory 76 times the size of his home country. Since childhood, one of the things he had craved was a colony. And so he created one for himself. And he did it by convincing other European leaders that he was going to spread Christianity and bring in quote-unquote civilization to the people.
King Leopold II's interests in the Congo were largely underpinned by enormous greed. And as a result of that greed, the Belgian Congo became the personal, private property of the King of Belgium. And the discovery of rubber became a godsend to King Leopold II.
Leopold ordered the rubber to be collected as fast as possible. Soon, vast areas were stripped of every single rubber vine. The mindless plundering of the land for its resources was repeated all across Congo Free State, the profits going into the pockets of one man, Leopold II. The environmental damage was only a tiny part of the story.
The damage caused by the Berlin Conference didn't end in 1885. It set off a chain reaction that Africa is still trying to heal from today. When those European powers drew lines across the continent, they didn't care about Africa's kingdoms, cultures, or communities. They didn't care that one line might cut straight through an ethnic group, separating families and villages across different colonial borders. They didn't care that they were forcing rival groups with centuries of tension between them, into the same artificial countries overnight. They carved up Africa for their own convenience, and we're still living with the consequences. Today, so many of Africa's conflicts in places like Sudan, Congo, Nigeria, and beyond can be traced back to those colonial borders that forced different nations and peoples into the same fragile states, borders that made unity almost impossible from the start. You see, the Berlin Conference didn't just redraw the map. It ripped apart Africa's political, social, and economic foundations. It locked Africa into an economic model where raw materials, gold, oil, cocoa, cobalt, were extracted and shipped overseas, while African economies remained dependent and underdeveloped. It stripped away sovereignty, dignity, and control, leaving behind a legacy of exploitation, instability, and division. And perhaps the most brutal of all, this was no accident. It was by design. The goal was never to build Africa, y'all. The goal was to break Africa, to weaken it enough so it could be controlled, exploited, and profited from indefinitely. And when we talk about poverty, conflict, or underdevelopment in Africa today, we have to understand the Berlin Conference lit the fuse. The explosion is still echoing through history. So, my people, Hey, here's the hard truth we face today and that we continue to have to grapple with as Africans. The Berlin Conference may have ended in 1885, but the mentality behind it, the idea that Africa is a prize to be divided, exploited, and controlled, it never really went away.
No.
Today, we're witnessing a new scramble for Africa, a scramble not with flags and armies, but with loans, mining contracts, security partnerships, and trade deals. China is building massive infrastructure projects across the continent through the Belt and Road Initiative. Russia is sending military contractors, striking mineral deals, and expanding its political footprint from Mali to Sudan. The United States is stepping up military aid and mineral agreements, trying to counter Russian and Chinese influence. Europe is still deeply entangled through old colonial ties, especially in West and Central Africa. And nowhere was this more clear than in the recent US Senate hearing we wrote down right here on the breakdown, where top generals openly, without shame, discussed Africa, no, not as a partner, not as a rising force, but a strategic battlefield, a place to outmaneuver China and Russia, a region to secure resources, ports, and influence for their own global advantage.
We had a whole of government approach in some of the challenges on the African continent, and we used that in past years. Now, given that USAID and a number of capabilities are being folded under the State Department, we continue to look at ways to be able to leverage that in U.S. government pressure on especially our competitors in achieving our strategic goals. So I am seeing that, there's a number of programs that we see that the Chinese Communist Party is trying to replicate. They can't do what we do. They can't do what we do in PEPFAR, but extended the life span of a number of Africans by 20 years. They're trying to replicate that. They're trying to match what we do. So that's what we're seeing as we start to fold in the capabilities of USAID under State Department. China's trying to exploit that scene.
Okay, well, you can't imagine how frustrating it seems to me that this mineral-rich continent has not been able to move to a utilization of the resources to benefit the people there. After all this time, it's a puzzle that we haven't unwound up.
Everywhere you look, powerful nations are once again rushing to stake their claims. They are after Africa's cobalt, its lithium, its oil, its gold, its farmland. Again, the very lifeblood of the future economy. And once again, far too often, Africa's voice, the voice of its people, its movements, its visionaries, is being drowned out in the noise of foreign interest, just like it was in Berlin. So the methods have changed, the language has changed, but the underlying dynamic, the fight to control Africa's wealth without empowering Africa's people, remains dangerously familiar. And if we don't recognize it, if we don't name it and confront it, history is bound to repeat itself once again. So, my people, where do we go from here? The Berlin Conference, it reminds us of one brutal truth. When you are not at the table, you are on the menu. In 1884, Africa wasn't just ignored, it was carved up without consent, without respect, without mercy. And today, as a new scramble for Africa unfolds, we have to ask ourselves the hard question: will history repeat itself? Will Africa once again be treated as a prize to be fought over by outsiders? Or will this generation, our generation, stand up, speak up, and reclaim the right to write our own story? This time, will it be different? Because the choice is not just in the hands of foreign powers. It's in the hands of African leaders. It's in the hands of African citizens. It's in the hands of all of us, you watching, the descendants of this history, the witnesses to this moment, the allies who want to see Africa rise. Because maybe just like this senator, you don't understand why this continent that is rich with so much still hasn't been able to use that wealth to the benefit of its people. We must demand real partnership, not just new masters. We must demand sovereignty, not just aid. We must demand a future where Africa is not. So here's my question to you, my people. If you could say one thing, just one thing to African leaders today, one thing to your president, your lawmakers, your institutions, what would you say? Now, I know you all are my people, so I know you probably have more than one thing to say. Drop them all in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. Let's build, let's reflect, let's keep pushing for something better. Because the more we talk about it, the more we change history, we change the future. So I can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you.
And if this episode sparks something in you,
Perfect.
make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the notification.
Thank you. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? So we have to share this program. We are here to talk about. The more we talk about it, we are going to make history. Don't think that our talk doesn't hold water. No. The more we talk about it, the more we are going to make history. Africa will regain themselves again. We will regain ourselves again. We'll be free people again. But if we keep quiet, if we are not kind of like making them to know that this generation, they shouldn't play with us. We are waking up. We are awake to say no. No, enough is enough. If we don't do nothing, our children will remain the same forever. So we have to wake up. We have to do something. We have to speak up. We don't have to be adamant. We don't have to be quiet. What we are fighting for our rights. It is our right. So nobody say we are not doing the right thing. This is our right. We can't be here. We can't keep migrating to their country. We can't. We have a country that is, the sun is there. We have all the mineral resources. We have the water. We have the good land, everything. But we are moving out because of bad leadership. And all this leadership, corrupt leadership, who imposed them on us? The same government, the same people that doesn't want us. They are the one. These people that cut us into pieces, cut African continent. They are the one that imposing. Should imagine that if any president of Nigeria want to be a president, you have to go to Britain. You have to go to them, UK, Britain, to tell them. You have to take permission from them. They have to sanction. They have to approve you. They have to say, yes, it is you. If you're upright person, if you're sincere person, if you're the person that have, you just want to have the interest of your people at heart, they will say no. They will find every possible means for you not to enter into that seat, for you not to be that president. And that is what they are doing to this Ibrahim Traoré. That's what they are doing to him. And that is what they did also in Nigeria. And that is the same thing they are doing in other places. So what are we going to do about it? We have to keep speaking. We have to keep saying it because it is our right. We want to have better life. We want to live a better life. We don't want to remain poor. We don't want our people to be dying of hunger. We don't want children to be dying of hunger. We don't want to be receiving aid from Europe. No, that is not what we want. Allow us to be. If we want to elect whoever that want to rule us, we the people knows who to choose, who to elect. You don't come and impose a leader on us and say, yes, this is the person. No, because you guys doesn't want us to be free people. You guys don't want us, Africa, to breathe. You don't want us to have what you guys have over here. The heaven you are enjoying, you don't want us to enjoy it. We are in hell. Africa, people back home are in hell. Listen, they are in hell. You are enjoying heaven. And you don't want us to enjoy the heaven. So why? Why must you dictate to us who to elect, who to be our leader? Why must you do that? Why must you take our oil and gases and say you don't pay the right price you're supposed to pay? Because you said we are owing money, we are owing because you all cost it. You are giving us corrupt leaders. And when we rise up to speak, we tell those evil leaders to go after us and start shooting us. That is what you all, the wicked cabal, the foreign foreign powers are doing to us. That is what they are doing. Let me bring this up, and you guys can listen. Recently, we heard about this man, Ibrahim Torah. Listen to what France is saying to them. Let me bring this up. Let me bring it. We are here to be exposing all these wicked people. We're not going to let Una destroy us anymore. Is that the one I want to play? No, it's not this one. Where is that one? Not this one. Is it this one? I think it's this one. No, not this one. I will play this one later. I want to play this one first. This one. This one.
This dude is the
Okay,
This
now
dude is the
I'm going to bring up here. Oh, why is it not sharing? Then listen. Let me play it. Listen. I have 2 more to play, then I will end this program. Come over this side, and I stay this side. Perfect. Okay.
This dude is the man. This dude is the man. This dude is the man. In the same week, this man, Ibrahim Traore, said no to Trumpy, Saudi Arabia, and Air France. In the same week, Trumpy invited Captain Ibrahim Traore to come to the US and have a meeting with him. He said no. Not only that, he said no. He said, and I quote, no, I'm busy building my country. Elite. And Trumpy got mad. He said that was disrespectful and he was going to put sanctions on Burkina Faso. Yo,
You see, that is what they're good at.
This dude is the man.
Censure.
Saudi Arabia approached him. They wanted to build 200 mosques in Burkina Faso.
Mosques.
He said,
Do we need mosques?
and I quote, he said, no. Our people can pray anywhere. If the people in Gaza can still pray while they're getting bombed, our people in Burkina Faso can also pray. We don't need mosques. He said, we do not need mosques. We need schools,
Exactly.
we need hospitals, we need companies, we
Exactly.
need businesses, we need industries, but we do not need mosques.
No?
Elite. This dude is the man. This dude is the man. A few weeks ago, maybe a month, Air France said that they would not send the planes in Burkina Faso because Burkina Faso was a red zone, right? And Captain Ibrahim Traore said, okay, if you're not going to send your planes here, that's fine. All these other companies are sending their planes here. And you are saying that our country is a red zone. No problem. Fast forward, this week, Air France got in contact with Ibrahim Traore. And this time, they're like, we would like to send our planes in Burkina Faso moving forward. And he said, and I quote again, before you start sending your planes over here, make sure that you tell the rest of the world that Burkina Faso is not a red zone.
Correct.
Tell them that Burkina Faso is a green zone
It's correct.
before you can start sending your planes over here, because you were the ones putting that in the press that we were a red zone. No problem. You want to send your planes over here? Cool. But you got to make sure that you tell the rest of the world that Burkina Faso is a green zone from now on. Elite. This dude is the man. Meanwhile, the president of Congo is over here begging Donald Trump for help.
That one, the Congo people, the Europeans, the Western world, the world power will not see the Congolese president and the Cameroonian president and all these old presidents and all those that impose on us. They will not tell them that, no, Africa, what are you doing with your resources? What are you doing with their resources? Why are you not developing your resources? No, because this one now is saying he has the interest of his people at heart. And he's saying, no, I need to build my country. I need to develop my country. I need my country to be like your own country, because we are suffering. We can't remain poor. We are blessed with now resources. Why are we poor? Why are we not? Why is that there? Why is there so much hunger? Why are people dying of hunger? Why can't they have good hospital, good electricity 24 hours, water, everything? Why would they not have it? Because they are blessed, but they don't have it. He now says, no, I am not going to take all this from you any longer. I am standing up. I am doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. So they are now after to find a way to eliminate him, to unlife him, for him to go as they did to others. But this time around, we the Africans are saying enough is enough, and we are protesting. Leave us alone. We have had enough of all this. We are suffering. Our people are suffering. We are migrating and dying, coming to your country through race. People are coming through sea. People are coming through so many ways. They don't want to come. And when they come here, we are facing racists. We are facing this, that. No, allow Africans to be. Many Europeans that they have a good heart too. They are saying, these things you are doing to Africa, it's not okay. It's not right. Allow them to be. Allow Africa to be. They are human. They are not animals. They are not whatever you think we are. You cherish your animals more than us. You take good care of your dogs, take good care of your animal dogs. But we that are human beings, you see us as nobody. We have had enough. Leave us to be. Let Africa rest. Allow us to breathe. Allow Africa to develop, because we need to be developed. That is the thing. We need to be like you. We need to be the same heaven that you have. We need that heaven. We are in hell. We don't want to be in hell any longer. Allow Africa to be. Let me play this one. And I'm happy for this guy. He said to them, no, said to Trump, I am not coming. Come to Africa if you want to see me. But for me, I am not coming to your place. I'm here to develop my people, to develop my country. And he said to Fred, no. You told me that we are this. Go and tell the people that you said to them before that we are a red zone, that we are not in a red zone. And he said to Saudi Arabia, no, Saudi Arabia, we do not want mosques any longer. We have enough of church and enough of mosques. What we need is to develop our continent, our country, my country. We don't have, my people can pray anywhere. They can go outside and pray, stand outside and pray. The Almighty Creator hears them. Must you build house, churches and mosques? For what? What are you building them? What they need is not churches and not mosques. What they need is what? Industries. What they need is where they can be employed, and crime will reduce, because they said, a lazy man is gaining a devil workshop. If there's no job, nothing for them, the crime rate will escalate. The crime rate will be higher. So, but when you have your mind engaged on something doing, and you have money coming, and every month or every week you are seeing money, you are hoping for you to get paid, at least that will reduce crime. So he said, no, I don't need a mosque to build. He said that to Saudi Arabia. Why is Saudi Arabia offering him mosques? Why would they not offer him something that will better the people in Africa, in Burkina Faso? But they are offering to build mosques. Mosques for what? Why are you offering to build mosques for? Did you think we don't have enough mosques, enough churches? We want industry. That is the thing. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Torah. You are the man. You are the man, and we are standing by you. And we are saying to our Westerners, our Western world, all these foreign foreign powers, let Africa breathe. Allow us to rest. Enough. I am coming to play this one again. Come on, replace with another one. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm going to play all this. Then I know I've done for today. Here, help me share this program. They will listen. They are listening to us. They know that we are not, this time around, we are serious. Everywhere we are serious. We no longer want all this suffering. We too, we are suffering. As our people are suffering, we also living in Europe are suffering too. It's not fair. Leave us alone. Let us be. Now, what is it? Did I bring it up?
What Africa gives to the world,
Yeah,
Europe don't have it.
Now, see, women are talking. Not only men, the women are talking. This is a Sierra Leone president wife. Listen to her, what she has to say. Sierra Leone president wife. Listen. Wife of Sierra Leone president. I play it. Okay. Now,
America don't have it, Asia don't have it. As a first lady, I am not part of a government system. So when I speak on behalf of the people because I
then you
understand
start from
what
the
the
beginning.
people are going through. At the end of the day, I'm
That's the beginning of it now. Come on, start from the beginning. Oh, why do I go back? What happened?
not being paid salary and I cannot be fired either. We cannot wait for other people to come and develop us. Every mining company that is in Sierra Leone today is owned by a foreigner. You cannot be coming to our country and take everything that will make us develop and then you still treat us as inferior people as if we don't know what we're doing. The sense about us celebrating independence, I don't know why we're celebrating independence because we are not free.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most fundamental corruptions of the social contract in human history is colonialism.
Yeah.
And it's that mechanism that some states have used to extract resources from other places, such as Sierra Leone. That deprives countries of the resources they need for government services, for education, for health. So I was hoping you could reflect a little bit on what those forces have done to Sierra Leone and what kind of accountability we might be able to think about, just to imagine a way forward from where we've begun now.
When you look at what Sierra Leone have to offer, when you come to our mineral resources, the kind of mineral resources we have in our country is enough to take care of everybody in that country. We should not have a single poor person in Sierra Leone. But unfortunately, we are not given the free will to make decisions on our own mineral resources. There's always Big Brother who decides. And when you fight and say, no, we are not going to do this, they use the system to stop you. It's either they set you up with the opposition and they'll be supporting the opposition against you from the back,
Mm-hmm.
or they cause unnecessary chaos in your country
Mm-hmm.
so that you are not able to even govern your own people.
Mm-hmm.
They will do things to make you not to be functionable. And of course, any country that don't have peace cannot develop. You have to have peace before you talk about development. I'll give you a simple example about Sierra Leone. Every mining company that is in Sierra Leone today is owned by a foreigner. Every mining company.
Mm.
If it's not the Chinese, it's the American, it's the British.
Mm.
Our electricity, Bumuda, is run by the British. And we still don't have light. We're looking for light, electricity. If you don't have electricity, how can you talk about education? How can you talk about health facility? How can you talk about improving the infrastructure of your country? We don't have electricity. Now, do we actually even have proper water, pipe-borne water, so that our kids will not be sick? We don't have those facilities. Why? With all the minerals we have, there is a cap you put. Before my husband became the president of Sierra Leone was benefiting. They said, what's the word? 0.000.1%.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a company can take as much as $100 million out of the country
Mm-hmm.
in terms of minerals, and then they can just give the country $10,000.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, what will $10,000 do for our
Nothing.
health system?
Nothing.
What is $10,000 do for our educational system?
Nothing.
And these are the things I believe that are stopping Africa from progressing.
Exactly.
We don't have a say.
Mm.
The sense about us celebrating independence, I
Mm.
don't know why we're celebrating independence because
Oh.
we are not free.
Mm.
That is my own take. I'm not speaking also on behalf of the government of Sierra Leone, nor am I speaking on behalf of His Excellency the President. I am speaking as Fatima, as a citizen of a country who believes that things need to change.
Mm.
Where do we go from here? Do you have any practical ideas about where we might start? Or collective ideas that we might gain support for?
I feel Africa, patriotism is very important. You have to love your country to want your country to be a better place. patriotism. I think we have to have that sense of patriotism in our countries, and our leaders also should be subjected to that.
Mhm.
You know, it is not only when you were talking about election and everybody come out and celebrate, and after election, that's it.
Mhm.
Accountability.
That is the thing.
Who
The
accounts for what is happening?
Mhm.
Who is the one who is changing the narrative of what is happening?
Exactly. Good woman.
Like I said, as a first lady, I am not part of a government system.
Mm.
I am a wife of a president. So when I speak on behalf of the people, because I understand what the people are going through. At the end of the day, I'm not being paid salary, so, and I cannot be fired either. So that's the advantage. That's the advantage of being a first lady. But I believe that for Africa, what is happening in Africa today, it need to change, and it need to change now. There is no time like now, because for Sierra Leone, we now have a president who believes that we cannot wait for other people to come and develop us. We cannot wait for another country to come and prescribe how our country should be run or what we need in our country. You know, this divide and rule. If you're close to China, we will not come to your country. If you're close to America, we will not come to your country.
See?
I mean, the fight that is between England, Europe, is not a Sierra Leone fight.
Oh.
That's not our problem.
No.
We're fighting for our daily bread. We're looking to have education, just like America. We're looking to have good health facility, just like Europe. We're looking to have governance structure where one single person cannot be the dictator of a nation. That's what we're looking for.
That is the truth.
And in that process, we're going to be allies to everybody who wants us to grow. But if we now align ourselves with someone, and then this other person now feel offended that, oh, you know, I'm coming from China now. I flew in. I mean, I've gone around the world to get to Boston. You know, I went to China and then come here. Before here, I went to England and then flew into America. For me, I'm not restricted where I should go or who I should be talking to. I am going around the world to see a country that sees Africa not as not just as an ally of what you'll be getting from us, but a country that sees Sierra Leone as partners and treat us with respect. You cannot be coming to our country and take everything that will make us develop, and then you still treat us as inferior people, as if we don't know what we're doing. I think that is wrong. You know, we're looking for partners that value us. People that will come to our country and say, you know what, this country has suffered enough. They need to. We were once the atom of Africa. Every country within sub-Saharan Africa used to come to Sierra Leone for our education. And today, what can we be proud of? We cannot talk about education in Sierra Leone because they've ruined that for us. Everything that has empowered Sierra Leone has been ruined. And now we have a leader who wants to fix everything. There is a problem. In Africa, you should not have a leader that is assertive, a leader that knows what his people want, a leader that wants to change what is happening. The moment you have that, it's everyone's target. And then they find reason to slow you down, they find reason to stop you, and they use that system of corruption. They use corrupt people, they use negative people, they use unpatriotic citizens to come after a government who is doing what is right for a system. I think we need to address those issues. Unfortunately, I don't know I'm very good at name calling, but at the moment, I don't know who I should be screaming at.
I think the way you started on working on reform for women and girls is a template that can be followed for many other issues. Do you think of what a next one might be?
One of the most serious issues I have with the United Nations is the fact that Africa is not part of the Security Council. We're talking about 52 countries, 54 countries, I'm sorry.
You make yourself
54 countries, a whole continent does not have one person representing Africa. when it comes to decision making at the Security Council.
And I'd observe also that no African country has its own executive director at the World Bank. either.
No,
Mhm.
unfortunately, we
Yes.
don't know how to manage money.
No,
I,
we don't know.
I think I'll have to disagree with you.
And
I think,
what do you want me to say? Because
do you
if
want
that
me
is
to
the
say?
perception since the
Exactly.
beginning of, every time an African come forward for something that they have to be a decision maker for the world, not just Africa. It's just not possible.
Mhm.
I understand.
So what can I say?
Mm.
There must be
Well-
a prescription somewhere that says, Africa, you are not good enough.
Exactly.
Well, it might be revolutionary, but I'm going to say it right here. Africans should be in charge of Africa.
I believe that also that Africans' issue can only be enhanced when Africans decide to do that. They should not allow another person to give them a prescription of how Africa should look like
Exactly.
or what we need in our Africa, because we know what we need in our Africa. No one will know that better than us.
Mm.
And I think the UN should see Africa as partners.
Mm.
And the United Nations, definitely, you cannot have 7 countries vetoing everything.
Mm.
When it comes to Africa issue, it is those 7 countries who are the countries that are actually exploiting Africa. They're the ones who have the veto power
Exactly.
to make decision on anything that has to do with Africa. So for me, I think that is wrong. And that is one thing the president of Sierra Leone has campaigned for. And this year, Sierra Leone is now a non-permanent member at the United Nations. But yet still, we don't have a veto power. But we're there. At least we are getting closer. And in these 2 years, our mission is to get the United Nations to see Africa not as one country. Because that's the mistake they do. When you say I'm from Africa, they say, oh, you're from Nigeria. I said, no, Nigeria is one country in Africa.
Exactly.
We have 54 countries in
That
Africa.
is the thing.
So
54.
see us as a continent that also, we what we offer to the world, Europe does not have it.
Mhm.
What Africa gives to the world, Europe don't have it, America don't have it, Asia don't have it.
Exactly.
Because we are not mining in China, we are
Mm.
not doing any mining in America or mining in Europe, but they're doing it in every part of Africa. Not just Sierra Leone, go to Democratic Republic of Congo, go to Botswana, go to Angola, go everywhere there is mineral resources. It is the West and the Chinese who are there.
Now, that sums it up for this video.
Ah,
What do you guys
Chineke,
think? Share thoughts and opinions
Share
in the comment
thoughts,
section
oh,
below.
God
Let's have a
help
proper
Africa.
discussion about it.
help us. So. If all of us can wake up and deal and hold our leaders accountable, and say we don't want these evil leaders any longer. Oh my God, I don't know how Africa is going to be great. We are just there allowing this ugly souls leader to be leading us. That these puppets of Westerners, Europeans, that they impose on us by force. So how do we do this? Now we are waking up, we are speaking. We are trying to say enough is enough. We don't want all this any longer. Allow us to be. Have a human. If you guys know you don't love us because you don't love us at all. All of them are hypocrites. They have no human sympathy. Are they not seeing the way children are dying of hunger? Are they not seeing Africa in war, killing? In all this security thing, is them that manufacture all these things to be killing us. Are they not seeing children hunger? Are they? Where is their heart? They don't have it. And they will come here to be telling us that we are poor. Who said that we are poor? We are blessed, rich with so many things. It is the corrupt leaders that you guys are imposing on us that they will take all the money and go bank it, come and bank it in the Western world. Them too, they're stupid, corrupt leader we have. Look at Bugari, Tinubu. You cannot go after Tinubu. You guys knew about the Tinubu history, about his crime, whatever he committed. You America, you hide it. You didn't want to let anybody. You don't want to bring the record out. Now some of you are saying which record? They want Tinubu. All of them want him there with Britain. They don't want somebody that can make Africa that have interest of the people at hand. They don't want. It is so sad. Very, very bad. If you guys, Africa has to wake up. We have to wake up and say enough. We must continue to speak. We must continue to talk. The more we talk, we are making history. If you don't know, we are changing history. Don't say that we are talking or attacking this. No, we are changing history. And we're not going to be afraid. We are not going to be afraid because we are fighting to be free. Enough of all this that we are into. We are fighting to be free. We are not breathing. We are just living. Africa is the hell that they are talking about is in Nigeria. People go there and you see how people are dying of hunger, falling down and dying. What is all this all about? Whereas we are blessed with so many things, but no, nothing. We can enjoy it. And they are telling us that we are poor. We are this, we are that. Let me bring the final one. Then I'm going. This one, I'm only going to play it 5 minutes, and I'll end this program. Because of data now, our people that need to watch, they don't have data to watch. You know, where is that? Is that this one? Is it this one? No, not this one. Sorry. Check if it's this one. No, it's not this one. So that's what I said. Let me show you guys today. See, they say they love Africa. They don't love any of now. They love themselves, not us. They don't want us to breathe. They don't want us to develop.
Our leaders, our ancestors.
I'm not going to play this long. I'm only going to play just few plays I want to play, then I end the program. Because of no network, no data from back home, people to watch. Help me share. We must continue to talk about it. They can't make us be quiet. No, it's not going to happen. We are out. And we must be free people.
Our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars.
Tell them. Tell our people.
Throughout Europe. And the same people have the audacity to come to Africa and talk to us about human rights.
This is the journey to one Africa.
My name is Arikana Chiombori. I was born in Zimbabwe, some little village called Chivu. Came to this country to go to college on the first degree in general chemistry and a master's in organic chemistry, went on to medical school. Then did a residency in general surgery and family medicine, practiced medicine for 25 years until one night. Around 3 a.m., a phone call comes in and says, Doc, the African Union ambassador to the United States has resigned. She was going to be running for president of her country, and that we would want you to be the next African Union ambassador.
I so much love this man. So much
keep in mind, I am a scientist through and through. So who in their right mind would want me to become an ambassador in Washington? I thought that was a joke and it was laughable. Well, I fought it for about 6 months, but because being an African, after a while, I had to listen to my elders. So I figured, okay, if you think you're putting a joke on me, the joke is on you, because I'm going to only go to Washington for 6 months and then I'll come back. And I'll tell my elders that I tried, but I couldn't do it. But something happened during the first 4 to 5 months. And mind you, I'm staying in a hotel because I knew I wasn't going to get into a contract, renting or buying, that I wasn't going to last. But what was very disturbing was the disrespect that was so blatant. I would be sitting in meetings initially because, you know, as a doctor, you're always a doctor no matter where you are. And I thought it was really quite humorous sitting with all these big diplomats, and here I am, a medical doctor, and I'm supposed to be useful. I'm busy diagnosing them. You know, you got a thyroid condition, you are bipolar, and I got a pill for you. I'm not really paying attention to the deliberations because I don't think politicians accomplish much anyway. So,
So it was more important to diagnose them, their medical conditions. But every now and then somebody will say something and I'm like, wait just a minute, did they just say that? You know? And one particular event, there was a whole team of African ministers and one particular leader of a particular department in Washington started raising their voice and screaming and yelling at them. You Africans, you will never speak with one voice. This document over here is going to be a piece of paper 20 years from now. I said, okay, so we got all the ministers here. Somebody say something. It wasn't my show. I was like third, you know how you sit, you got your team leader, and then according to rank, I was number 3. So clearly I wasn't supposed to speak. I waited for those who were supposed to speak. They did not. More and more of those situations became apparent to me. And I remember 5 months into my stay in Washington, I called home and I said, well, you know what, guys, I'm going to hang around a little bit longer. There were a few, you know what, that needed a good kicking. And that I was going to hang around until they ran me out of Dodge, and that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
The disrespect is not just for the Africans on the continent. The disrespect is for Black people around the world. The abuse is not just for Africans on the continent. The abuse is for Black people wherever you find us. I'm going to share with you some basic facts. You see, our story is a simple one. Our story is of truth and facts, which are two constants that do not change. And all we need to do is give the world an overdose of our truth and insist on it. As we speak today, I'm going to take you back centuries. Long before the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves. There was some serious resistance when the occupiers from the West came to Africa, contrary to what some might think. They didn't just give up their children, but the fighting began long before slavery. And the resistance was those who led them, the majority of them, their heads, as we speak today, are sitting in jars in Europe. Are you aware of that? Our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars throughout Europe.
Oh God.
And the same people have the audacity to come to Africa and talk to us about human rights. But what's even more disturbing is that we entertain them and we don't remind them of the skeletons in their closet. As we speak today, the priceless artifacts that they stole from all over Africa are sitting in their museums throughout Europe. And when you and I, when we visit Europe, we pay to see what belongs to us. Evidence of theft, evidence of murder in display, on display, in plain sight. As we speak today, Black people are listed as 3/5 of a human being in the US Constitution. As we speak today, the redlining continues. As we speak today, African countries are being made to pay
ridiculous interest rates on loans that they should not be paying for. As we speak today, reparations are due. Everybody else has been given reparations, expect us. The question then becomes, what is wrong with this picture? Why aren't you and I standing up and demanding that what is right must be done? I can tell you why.
I love her spirit.
Because no other race would stand for a minute what is being done to us. How long do you think a finger of a British soldier lasts in Zimbabwe? How long do you think a thumb of a German soldier lasts in Namibia? Not even a minute. They would storm in, kill hundreds, if not thousands of people just to recover that one finger. Why is it that we are unable to come together and speak our truth and demand that what needs to be done must be done?
If they can, would they?
It's because they defeated us where it matters the most, which is the mind.
Exactly. The mind. That is the truth, which is the mind.
It started with the missionaries in Africa long before slavery.
Tell them.
They were sent by the Roman Catholic Church to subdue the Africans.
Tell them.
Make them believe that when you get slapped, turn the other cheek, and that your riches are in heaven.
Ah!
So by the time they followed with the colonizers to rape and rape Africa, we were already brainwashed.
That is the thing.
We were meant to believe everything African was bad and undesirable, and everything European was better.
Oh, love this woman.
And the same brainwashing continued as our children were taken out of Africa as slaves.
Exactly.
It continued on the plantations.
The same slave.
Color gradations.
Continuous.
Light skin versus dark skin. Field workers versus kitchen workers. To this day, we suffer from the legacy of slavery and the legacy of colonization. For how long are we going to continue to suffer from this affliction? For it is singularly the reason why we are not able to come together just like other races and nationalities have done.
That's why we are not able to come together.
That is the United States of America.
We can't come together because of our mind control.
When you ask for the voices of the Irish Americans loud and clear, Jewish Americans loud and clear, German Americans, Italian Americans, Chinese Americans, Indian Americans, their voices are loud and clear. But
not in Africa.
When you ask for the voices of us black people, you might as well go to the graveyard because we are missing in action. We were taught, we were brainwashed into not even loving ourselves as individuals, let alone each other. We were taught not to trust one another.
That is the thing.
We were taught not to believe that my brother can, my sister can. But somebody else who doesn't look like you and I is better. The question I have for all of you, just close your eyes and think about your children, your grandchildren. Is this the world you want to leave behind for them?
I don't know.
If the answer is no, then you need to have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror.
And that is the thing.
Because it is the image in the mirror that must change. It is the image in the mirror that must understand that you are sick from this affliction of the legacy of slavery. You are not sick at home. You are not sick in the doctor's waiting room. You are not sick in the hospital ward. You are sick in the intensive care.
Exactly. Truth. Sick of lies, we were told. Lies.
How long are we going to continue to support other people's agendas? Those who stood up to fight during the civil rights movement, during the Pan-African days in Africa, civil rights in the United States, they were all silenced. We are emerging out of a period of 20 to 30 years where there's nothing is going on. We are all fast asleep. When are we going to wake up?
I don't know. We that is waking up already, they see us as enemies. That is the reason why they say we can't unite. We can't fight. We that has waken up to tell them that this is wrong. This is not right. We are now their enemies. They are seeing us as an enemy. They want us to stop talking, stop saying things, be quiet. But I'm so sorry for them because I don't know. I would say it's my ancestors that has possessed me. Whether you guys like it or you don't like it, I don't give a damn. What I'm here for is to do service to humanity. I know that some of you are hurt that I'm saying that. I don't give a damn. All I know is that I'm saying what I am here to do. Everybody on earth has a purpose, why you are created, why you are here on earth. So what I'm doing is what I am meant to be doing. I try several times to stop. I don't feel comfortable. I'm telling you. I try several times to not to talk about Christianity, about religion. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know why. And I can't keep quiet. I can't. I tried. I am trying. It's not that easy, but I don't know, because I know that there's a reason why what I'm doing is to open my people's eyes for them to know the truth. Most of them are waking up and knowing the truth. And all of us are not going to know the truth. All of us are not going to wake up. But there are people that are supposed to be wake up for this fight that for this struggle, for this thing, freedom we are into. So don't tell me that I shouldn't talk about. Look, we are all deceived. They brought us religion that destroyed us, make us to hate who we are, make us to accept everything about them, change names. We are not proud of our names. We are not proud of our ancestors. We are not proud of our food. We are not proud of our dressing. We are not proud of our language. We are not proud of nothing. Our culture, our tradition, we are not proud of it. We hated ourselves. And that is the problem. If you hate yourself, tell me how you are going to be free. It can't happen. You first and foremost start loving yourself. Show yourself love, that you are valuable, that you are not what they said about you. No. Make sure raise your shoulder up. And then stand and say, this thing, check, research. Do more research. Some of you don't want to, but those that have done, you say, why do you have to do research? We should believe everything. When they say to us, slap you this side and slap us this side, are they doing that? When they slap them, did they not go with what? What did they go with? They produce weapon of mass destruction. They have weapons. They have whatever, AK-47, name them. They use it against those that said, if they slap you here, give them here to slap. But our people are saying this is what we're supposed to do. And that's why we are where we are. Who said that? They tell us, blessed are the poor, for we shall inherit, and their heaven is here, and they're inheriting the heaven, and we are in hell. Africa in hell. People are dying of hunger, no good, nothing. There's a places you will go, you say, is this a place where human beings are living? What? Why can't we wake up that all these things we are told is all lies? If you are reading a place, you take the place that helps you and the one that throw it out, because all this is we are corrupted. It is our history. Go and research more. Our history, we are pressurized by the people that went and corrupted it, edited it, and then brought it back and tell us is the word of God. Word of God. And then we are killing ourselves because of that. We are hating each other. Whosoever that say, I don't want to anymore to believe everything the people who say in this book called Bible, you all see that person as evil. Who said? Who said? Because you don't want to think outside the box. You don't want to think outside. You have been cage our mind. Our mind has been caged that this is how it's supposed to be. Don't question, don't ask this, don't ever say this. This will happen to you. Who said that will happen? Who said? What is our problem? We have to wake up. We have to wake up ourselves. Africa, nobody's going to do this to us except we. We have to do it by ourselves. We have to start loving ourselves. We have to start seeing the truth and say the truth and say lies and say this is lies. No longer. I won't accept these lies any longer. You have to help yourself. We are where we are. We are the cause of some of them. They deceive us with so many things. But this time we are all waking up. We are all waking up. And we have to. If not, our children, our generation, it will be worse than what we are going through now. It will be worse for them. So we better start waking up. We better start seeing the truth. We better start speaking out the truth. We better start condemning what we need to condemn. We better start doing revolution. We started. We have to. Anywhere you are, speak, say the truth. Tell people the truth. They hate you, let them hate you. But at least you dying fulfilled, dying happy, dying that yes, you have fulfilled why you are here on earth. I love this woman. I always like to listen to her. She gives me courage. She gives me, like, the spirit is what is in her, pushes me. Sometimes I say, these people you are talking to, they don't even want to hear. They just, some of your friends sees you as whatever. I don't give a damn. Nobody feeds me. All I know is that I'm standing on the truth and I'm doing what I'm called on earth to do. You like it or you don't like it, it is your own cup of tea. I don't give a damn. I don't care. So, you listen, Africa. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to ask questions. It's time for us to read the ones you read and throw the ones. Don't take everything. No. It is not as it is. I'm telling you. So, that is it. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I have to go. Please help me share this program, like this program, comment your thought as well. Say what you want to say to me. I don't care. And you know that I'm a fighter. You guys know I'm a fighter. I fight back. When you call me name, I call you back name. I don't care. So that's how it's supposed to be. I am not happy to see my people suffering. I am not happy to see Africans, the children of Africa, going hungry. We are here, we work, but we spend money all the time, sending money home. It's hurting us. It's hurting us. We can't even go. Sometimes you want to go to different holidays, you can't because you have families back home that are depending on you. Is this good? No. If Africans are great, if Africans are living well, we can't be doing this. Things won't be the way they are. But look at us. Look at how we are all everywhere, dying, some of them are going to go to Europe and they will all perish. And the same people will be back home saying they are going to go to heaven. And they were applying for all of us to travel to Europe. Travel to Europe that they developed, that they have used what belongs to us to develop. And this is their heaven. I bet we have hope that we're going to go to another heaven. Okay, continue having that hope. Thank you. It's conspiracy. This must stop. We must liberate ourselves. We must emancipate ourselves. We, Africa, whether we like it or not, if not, we perish. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And bye. Love you all. Good night. Take care and sleep well. Good dreams.